Hello and welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward, and it's the road to Avengers Endgame. So I'm talking about each MCU movie, but not alone. I did the Cap trilogy, Thor trilogy, the Guardians movies, and I just like pairing the movies up. So for the final pairing, I'm doing Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel. I know they're not directly related, but both movies changed the MCU. So I'm going to start with Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange gave us a real introduction to the mystic arts, magic, different dimensions. I know Ant-Man, went into the quantum realm, but he wasn't there for long. It was just mentioned. And with Doctor Strange, we really see all these different dimensions, the mirror dimension, the dark dimension and all that type of stuff. And it just gave us that magic in the MCU. And back in the Iron Man trilogy pod, I said that about Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin, maybe they didn't go full Mandarin because they didn't want to introduce his magic rings and magic into the MCU in that type of movie. But now that they tackled that subject in Doctor Strange and we know that magic is around and, he's a sorcerer supreme and all that, maybe they can bring back the Mandarin in some other manner and then explain how his rings work. And Strange, he has the Infinity Stone. The Time Stone is very important, as we know in Infinity War, So it was just a lot of different beats. It's visually stunning. They tried different things. And Stephen Strange is a regular guy. He's a doctor. He's arrogant. Reminds you a lot of Tony Stark in a way, real arrogant, really good, naturally gifted at the things he does. And tragedy strikes. And he has to figure out a way to live and move on. He just wanted to heal his hand. So he was just spending money trying to find anything that helps. And eventually he finds magic. And that's all it is. It's really magic that helps his hand stay steady. And he gets pulled into this bigger battle. It's not like he went out wanting to be this strong, powerful person. He was just a regular person who had an accident. And then as a result, got dragged into something much bigger, being this sorcerer supreme and being so naturally gifted, reading all these papers that he just had to do so much. It's another movie with a great cast, great actors. Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. I can't say his name. Mordo. You know what his name is. I really can't say it. I don't feel like trying to practice. But him as Mordo. You also have Wong. And these are characters that they're complex, but you come to like them and enjoy them. I even like Mordo, in his reasoning for being upset at everything because, he felt lied to by the Ancient One because she was using magic from the dark dimension and everything like that. So everybody has their gripes. And in terms of a movie, it was a good opening movie for magic and everything because we got a little cosmic stuff with the Guardians that switched it up with the aliens and stuff like that. But for the magic to come in, it unlocks a lot of things that's possible for the MCU going forward. And he played a big part in Infinity War. Just looking at all the scenarios when he was on Titan, realizing it was only one way for them to win, and then him giving up the Time Stone. There's speculation that maybe he put everything in a loop. He set a lot of things up. And, he's the one who said we're in the end game now. It's just a lot that went on from his movie into Infinity War. And he probably is going to play a big part in Infinity War. We don't see him in any of the promotions. But I think he's going to come back and be around. Because you seen in one of the interviews with Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Holland said he got to say a lot of quantum stuff. And that wasn't an Infinity War, so has to be an Endgame somehow. But Doctor Strange, it was a very good movie, just unlocking the mystic arts and the magic and, what that means for the MCU. Can't forget Dormammu in the Dark Dimension, who was motion captured by Benedict Cumberbatch. And it wasn't like terrible like Galactus was in Fantastic Four or whatever that thing was in Green Lantern. He doesn't really have a body in his dimension, but there's other things out there. There's stronger things. Just like there's different alien races out there in the cosmic, there's different beings in the different dimensions, and Doctor Strange is going to be important going forward, when Marvel does all those type of movies. On the other side, you have Captain Marvel, and again, she's just a regular person who was in an accident. So, she relates to Doctor Strange. She was a pilot in an accident, and spoilers if you haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, I don't know what to tell you, but she gets her powers from the Tesseract, basically, and again, another Infinity Stone, and she was just a regular person who got dragged into something much bigger. And yes, we've been to space before with the Guardians, but the Guardians didn't really focus on anyone in particular. We just seen a lot of different alien races and stuff like that, and we bounced around to different planets. With Captain Marvel, we focus on two groups of people, the Kree and the Skrull. And the Kree are looked at as these warrior heroes, who trying to stop the Skrulls from killing people and planets and stuff like that. So, you have these two warring civilizations, and you have Earth in the middle, which says that Earth had alien invasions a long time ago in the 90s. Nick Fury, liar, we know. We get a young Nick Fury, young Phil Coulson. We know that S.H.I.E.L.D. was there from the beginning. So even before Captain Marvel came there, S.H.I.E.L.D. was already formed. It's not like they were forming S.H.I.E.L.D. So what else was going on to have S.H.I.E.L.D. come together? But, we get a backstory on the Kree. And we find out about Captain Marvel's memories, and we understand that they twisted her memories. And then we understand that the Skrull are not trying to kill everyone. They're actually refugees. They're trying to find a planet, for their families. And it's just a different spin on things. And I know we've been in space, but the cosmic aspect that Captain Marvel brings is she can really kick a lot of ass in space, with her powers, her binary powers and all that. And she was just getting an understanding of what her powers were. And we know that she disappeared for all those years because she was looking for a planet for the Skrull. So she was probably fighting other people. We know she sent, I don't even know the guy's name. She sent him back to the Kree planet and said she would be there to settle things. So she might have had to deal with that. Maybe that's why she was gone for so long. She was focused on the people she grew up around, basically. She was on the Kree planet for so long and taught to hate Skrull. So she's trying to get a better understanding of what's going on in that cosmic world. So we don't know what exactly she's been going through all these years. She shows up for Infinity War. We know that. We saw that in the post-credit scene, and we see her in the trailers for Endgame. So we know she's going to play a part in Endgame. We don't know how big it will be, because she's really strong. So I doubt that she shows up and just defeats Thanos. That's not going to work as in a movie. That's 3 hours. So something's going to happen. We're going to see her weakness, most likely, that Thanos exploits or something like that. Maybe he gets hit and then he realizes where her power comes from and something happens to her. I believe this, that's the movie where something is going to happen to her and Avengers are going to have to regroup. But the movie, yes, it made a lot of money. People were upset about it. I don't know why. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed the young Nick Fury. I really enjoyed the character of Captain Marvel, just trying to understand who she was, not only as a quote unquote Kree, but as a human, just understanding that she has a life here and she has memories and friends and family and stuff like that. So I thought Brie Larson did a great job, showcasing that. And I think Marvel did a great job showing a strong female lead that didn't need a love interest or anything like that. She was just there, and she was cocky and arrogant. She was kind of like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. She had this power, and she was ready to go to war with anyone. Like, I can handle this. I can do this. And even when she shows up in the post credits with the Avengers, she's just like, "Where's Fury?" And you can see it in her face. Like, she'll take all of them out if she has to find Fury. So it's just a strong personality that I can't wait to see on screen with the other characters. But these two movies, again, they're not really related in a way, but it's just two regular people who had accidents, and to find a better way to deal with that accident, they get thrust into something bigger than them. They get this power and this responsibility that's going to change the world, change the MCU, So that's why I combined them two. And it's really a lot of fun, and both of them. So, if you're doing the recap of watching all the movies, put Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel on your list because they're really good movies to watch, especially with all the visuals in Doctor Strange. And Captain Marvel, she's just a strong character, and it's good to see a young Nick Fury before he has all these secrets. So that's my recap and my thoughts on Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Thank you for listening. Deuces.